Hello, maybe we met before, maybe not, or maybe I'm the first Azerbaijani you met in your life. That's what I hear the most. But anyway, my name is Maria and I'm a Londoner. I'm a Londoner living in London, but originally from Baku. I would like to start from the introduction. I'm an artist. I've started my journey as an artist, as a painter. I used to paint for a long time. I had an exhibition and I used to do different type of artworks and then I moved to TV and film. I've been writing and producing some movies. Afterwards I moved to tech and I've created startup. I worked on startup and meantime I've been working on my own marketing agency, which is Content Sofa. It's sister to Maria and Sofa. And yeah, and now I'm really focused to give all my attention to my personal growth and my personal brand. So that's why I to start this channel where I speak myself for myself. We are all coming from different cultures in London. So I'm from Azerbaijan, and many people when they see me, when they see a pale blonde person and telling that I'm from Azerbaijan, most of the people first of all don't know even where is Azerbaijan. But second point is that people don't really relate to me being Azerbaijani because they expect a completely different image, and that's also what motivates me because I really want to show how an Azerbaijani person looks in this world, how an Azerbaijani person has a voice, how Azerbaijani person can show and express themselves into this world, because my country is really, really traditional and really warm and really beautiful, really historical, and I don't think many people know that, and I don't think sometimes it's not about having exposed, it's not about going to YouTube. Sometimes it's just enough to meet some person and feel the warmth from them to understand any culture and any tradition. That's one of the things that inspire me to be here and to represent myself, me, and where I'm coming from, which I'm very proud about. I coming from a background where I was born with cleft palate. It's a syndrome that some people just can by chance, by accident, born with. So I also would like to support on my channel each disability and just to normalize to look different than everyone, because I'm so happy how I look. Honestly, thanks to my amazing parents, I've never ever had a complex about my look. I've been always so confident, and I don't use makeup to cover it. I don't ever done any cosmetological fillers, but I've been always so confident about how I look. While I had more than 4 surgeries in the past, it's never affected who am I. It's even motivated me more just to show the world who I am, just to show that how important it is to be confident rather than just to cover something or pretend to be confident. Because if you're confident, no one will notice anything on you. No one will notice that pimple, no one will notice your undone nails. It's all about you, it's all about energy. We just feel the energy because our bodies is temple, and at the end of the day all we see is just those lights that comes out of those. It's not about how those temples look like. They will be gone. And I don't want to be negative now, but there's another saying that I really like. No one will alive out of this game called. So that's why I just enjoy it. I've been dreaming about this moment all my life, to start my episodes, to start my podcast channel, to start my channel, and just to share my thoughts of life and about how it is in reality, because it's not always as it's reflected, and it's not always us. Sometimes it's all about the time, about how it goes, and I just want to share my time with you and share my thoughts and my emotions in this channel, which called Sofa and Maria. I think it's quite easy to understand why it's Sofa and why it's Maria. I've created this idea a few months ago, and I've been thinking for a long time, but it was never the right time because I've been going through a lot mentally, and that would been stopping me to start it, since it was always tomorrow, but I always been a person who realized any idea, any dream in next 3 seconds. So just 1 week or 2 weeks ago, I just thought, why not to realize this idea in 3 seconds, and why should I postpone this idea for tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after gym, when I lose weight, when I feel better, when I fell in love, when I get promoted. So no, here we are, really simple, just Sofa and me and my flowers. We're gonna speak about many interesting topics for Londoners, about London life, and how this big city affects us, because it's not the same everywhere, and I do believe that there should be voice for each location, since each city has its own subconscious mind. As subconscious mind, it changed from city to city. That's why I don't understand when people compare one city to another. People compare love life to one city to another. People compare the corporate life from one city to another. But it's completely different. So that's the main reason why I want to start this, just since I've been in London all about in and out, left, right, south, west. So yeah, I thought maybe I could be the person who shares it. So let me tell you more about Sofa and Maria. Sofa and Maria, it's gonna be a channel where this channel, first of all, it's for everyone, but it's mostly for my dearest Londoners. It's for people who live in London and who experience similar kind of lifestyle to me and to my friends and my close people. So here I want to speak about our lives and speak about how to make it better. And meanwhile, obviously, with my Instagram channel, I'm starting a challenge where I'm happy to support each of you and everyone whoever texts me in this journey. So it's focused to improving life of Londoners by interesting talk, speech, and not just that. In future, we'll have multiple events, workshops on how to and find better ourselves, because I feel like this cities where it can be very lonely sometimes, especially when you're here on your own, like most of us, especially when we left everything just to come here and realize our dreams, achieve our goals, get an Oscar. Like, I'm sure that's what we all had inside when we moved to this city. But as everywhere in the world, it has its negative aspects and positive aspects. So here we want to speak just about positive and how to get rid of negative. So that's what Sofa and Maria is. We'll have interesting guests, we'll have interesting topics, we'll have interesting discussions, and it's all real. We just want to reflect the real person, real me, real life and real story, and just to build a community of us, of people. That's my goal. Why I think what is the main issue of people nowadays is for worrying. People really worry. People worry about other people. People worry about what other people think. People worry about other opinions, and we take everything so personal. But actually, at the end of the day, it's not. It's just a fling, because everything that we worry about will be gone just like this. You won't even understand how it goes, and all those waste of energies and waste of the time that was spent to worry, to think, to stress, doesn't make any sense. So I think that's why it's good when you have someone to listen and to see that someone is also going through that. But at the end of the day, there's no point to do that, because based on my experience, life is much better when you just enjoy it and don't take it seriously. There is this, my favorite saying, I think Charlie Chaplin, he says that life is always a drama in a shortcut, but it's always a comedy in a long cut. So we should create a life that, as I said, we cannot wait to wake up. Basically, through this channel, through Sofa and Maria, we want to build a community. I want to build a community, and I want to build a community of strong mindset people in London, and people who have big dreams, and people who love themselves, and people who are trying to find the ways to love themselves. Because I don't know how to love myself. I don't know how to be kind to myself sometimes, but it doesn't mean that I cannot learn. So it's also a journey for myself that I would like to share with someone, and I do believe that life is better when it's shared. So why not for all of us to share this journey together and from somewhere. And I'm happy here to support and connect to everyone who is in the same position as me. So this video, as you see, I'm very lost and stressed. But for next episodes, we have great guests coming, and we have amazing topics to discuss. But I want to start from that show must go on. That was the name of this introduction. And I think show always must go on. Whatever happens in life, whatever happens in your day, in your night, if an actor fails on a stage, show still goes on. Life is exactly as a theater stage. If you fell, you stand up and you continue the show. If you feel bad, just take a rest and then show goes on. Always, always and always, it must go on. This basically, probably I gave so many information about what this podcast and this channel is about, but it's mostly about just a person who'd like to share their thoughts about the city they're living in, their emotions, their day-to-day life, and how to improve and how to make it better. I'm so stressed. You can't imagine. I feel like I'm on BBC. I swear. My journey has been ups and downs, and I'm a really emotional person. Yeah, I've been going through a lot. I've cried a lot. I've been so lost, and I've been doing many things to find what's the cause of that. And at the end of the day, I realized that it's all about discipline. It's all about discipline, and there's nothing else can help us, our mental health, our mind, our life, than just a disciplined next day. Just the next day that you really want to wake up to. Just a day that you're excited about. When you have that day, honestly, you don't have any other problems and you don't have any other anxieties and you don't have tears because you have something to look up to. So, and that thing that you're looking up to is actually your creature. You create that day. You create so that's why one of the other reasons why I created Sofa and Maria, to create something that I'm looking up to, I'm excited about. And I don't care if we are 10 people, 5 people, 11 people, I just would like to share my, this is so strange, I need to get used to this. What helped me? What helped me to get out of to find the way, at least the way that I think that helps personally me, as I mentioned earlier, it was discipline. And discipline is gym. I do believe that maybe it sounds crazy, but gym is not for body, it's for mind. And if you consistently do gym just for your mind, it works. If you feel like you want to eat 3 burgers after that, eat it. It's really important to have it in your everyday life. At least walking, running, jogging, some class, yoga, Pilates, but this is really, really important because our mind needs some movement, and that movement activates our hormones and it activates our serotonin. It increases our serotonin because we get dopamine, we get other emotions through different channels, but gym is the only scientifically proven method. It gives us the cleanest and nicest energy. And of course, afterwards, it's as I said, it's a day to create a day that you'd like to wake up. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle for a combination of work, hobby, and your personal life. I always look at it as a clock. So if we have at 12 p.m. we have our hobby, at 6 we have our personal life, at 3 we have our personal life, at 6 we have our workout, gyms. Each idea for me is just, any idea is a thought. It's a thought that comes to our mind. If we want this thought to become a reality, an action, we need to put it straight away into the action. So I call it 3 seconds rule. So if you got any idea, you got any thought, put it on a paper, you put it into some physical, valuable activity, and you make a move towards that idea. That's where you activate start button to create it, to make it real. So if you don't do it in the first 3 seconds, it will never happen. So that's why I pursue everyone just to start. And that's really important. I'm an overthinker and I think a lot. I used to think about a stranger, I used to think about rejections, I used to think about no's that people used to tell me. And it's normal. It's normal to be rejected, it's normal to hear no, it's normal to not to be liked by everyone, it's normal to be criticized. And it's important just to clean your mind, because our mind, it's really interesting place that collects so many emotions, but our mind likes comfort zone. Our brain likes to stay in the comfort zone. So what is comfort zone? Comfort zone is overthink, think the things that have been in the past. So the only way to get us out of the comfort zone, which I think comfort zone and overthinking are really related in our brain, is to go back, is a discipline. So Discipline and 3 seconds rule. If you're disciplined and you realize all your new thoughts in 3 seconds, you close the overthinking pattern, because overthinking is bringing the actions from past and reviewing them. So as soon as you replace them with new ones, and on top of that you make a step, you make a physical action, you just delete them, you just throw them to trash. Yeah, maybe Monday brain will say, oh, you know, Maria, do you remember this 26th of June activity from 2 p.m.? It's not going to be important anymore because you have 27th of June 4 p.m. activity, which was more valuable for you. So it's important to keep the thoughts that are valuable for yourself rather than just the repetitive ones that been there because there's nothing else new. So just always, as I said, discipline, action, 3 seconds, start button. A few days ago, I was going with my friend in a car, and I've asked this question myself: what was the one thing that I would love to let it go and leave it in yesterday? And the first thing that came up in my mind was expectations, but not the things that we dream about and want them to happen. It's about how we think that life should go and how we expect it to go, but it doesn't, and that's what makes us sad. So just to leave those expectations from our day-to-day life probably would be the best way of looking at life, because expectations from people, expectations from relationship, expectations from work, it doesn't bring us anything than eating ourselves and eating our brain, our mind, our thoughts. Personally, me, I would love to let go all expectations I have, because we don't need expectations. Life is much greater than we expect. Back to expectations, there's no point to compare ourselves. So expectations comes from comparison. We compare ourselves to someone taller, someone nicer, someone more beautiful, someone smarter, someone better than us, because there's always someone better than us. If we find that light in ourselves, that our authenticity, don't compare yourself with anyone. Don't compare yourself with your friends, with the people, because we are unique. You are authentic. You're the only person who looks like you, thinks like you, and who has all the qualities that you do. So there's no point to compare yourself, because you can always find someone better. You can always find someone more beautiful, more smart, more nice. That's not the way of living life. The life should be lived in a way where you want to express your authenticity and not to find always someone who is more authentic, more, as I said, better, because you are authentic. You're one. There's no second, not a second person with the same DNA in this world. So all we can do is just to find the best ways how to express this into this world. And I always, one of my favorite quotes: if someone is brave enough to tell you who they are, you should always be brave enough to support them, even if you don't understand, even if you don't know what they're talking about, even if you don't know who they are. You should just respect and support. That's one of the main rules of the life. If you respect and support other people, you will get it back. And be always brave to put yourself out there and show your voice into this world. Because as a woman today, living in this world, I want to have my voice. I want to have my voice heard. I want to share my voice with people. I want to share my voice with other girls. I want to share my voice with other women who are coming from the same part of the world, because where I'm coming from, it's a different mentality and different traditions. But I started to see many women, Baku, from Azerbaijan, all around, and I just feel proud. And that's why it's important to express yourself and show yourself so the world knows who you are, wherever you come from, whoever you are, and where you're planning to go. I think whatever you worry about, whatever you have in your heart right now, it will be gone like this. The people, the emotions, the situations, the thoughts that you're committed to, it will be gone. Everything will be gone in a second, and everything what will be left, it's yourself. And that's why it's important to create the best version of yourself, because at the end of the day, nothing will be more important than who you are and where you brought you. Obviously, in the frame of your personal perspective of happiness. So I think it's really important just to put all pressure all energy, all thoughts on how better I can be, how better I can wake up, how I can learn something new. what else I need to have in my life to be more happier. So those are simple, let's say, vitamin A, B, C, D for life, which are more stronger, I guess, than the physical tablets or the therapies or mental health supports, because at the end of the day, it's just you, and you. So, as I said earlier, what helped me the most is the discipline. It's the gym. Like, don't get me wrong, but life is actually much easier and much relaxed if you do 5 things. It's just, as I said, sleep well, do your favorite, have one hobby, work out, and eat well. So if you have this 5, you don't need any doctor, you don't need any support, you don't need any mental health. This is really important. The 2 things that I'm working at the moment now, because I'm a person that always needs a new project. I always need a new project, new. Now, when I find a bit stability and balance in my life, I realize that why not to focus on 2 main things that's going on in the world now. One is social media. It's social media, content creation, marketing, and also education, the master classes to teach people how to do that. That is my second project called Content Sofa. On Content Sofa, we work with multiple brands. We support their social media accounts with the growth of social media accounts. We bring new life and new wave into their brands. So because the power of info business at the moment is so strong that no one can imagine. I mean, I used to desestimate this. We all desestimated this as like, oh, just an Instagram. No, it's not. Now, biggest transactions, each brand of each personal brand, it's not just fashion, it's not just retail. People are selling themselves, people selling their knowledges, people selling their wisdom. So it's all going around by one platform. So that's what is Content Sofa. Content Sofa helps people to make this flow easier and helps people to realize their goals, their targets with the most and the best way that's possible in the market. Me and my co-founder, we are really excited about Content Sofa, and we are thinking that hopefully in a couple of years we will be in the top 5 of the market, and at the moment the clients that we work with are really satisfied and happy. Like, that's what I feel. But we want more. We want to do more with content creation, in a sense of, I do believe that most of the people now who are looking or seeking for new jobs and new opportunities, I think social media can be a great space, but not in a sense of those, I don't know, writing something or writing a review. I see this on Instagram a lot. Oh, just join there, leave your 9-to-5 job, 20,000 a month. I mean, maybe that's possible in some sense, but I think that just the info business, what we want to offer people, by the way, it's all for free, how to really create a content on Instagram, which content is liked, because it's the monetization of each social media platform. It's really easy nowadays. They try to monetize it more and more to attract more and more people, so people can just work on their hobbies on their platforms and get income through their monetization. So that's what we want to show and help people with, that you don't actually, probably in 10 years, no one will need a rental unit, no one will need much physical activities, and everything is going to be just by videography, photography, by podcast, by channel, by selling knowledge and wisdom. I think that's the future. I think future is just a marketplace of people that's selling some part of them, in a sense of some part of their brain, some part of their hobbies, some part of their creativity, what they can do. That's what's happening at the moment, because before it used to be industrial work. People used to work in factory, people used to have jobs as teacher, as tutor, doctor, but nowadays you can even see your doctor through a platform. You can do everything. So yeah, that's the industry that I'm really focused on at the moment, and I hope it's gonna go well. I love you. For our next episodes, just write please the guests or the people that you would like to speak. Give me some topics, ideas, and I'm happy to review all and respond to each and all of you. And let's just find out how it will go, because at the moment I have an idea, but when I've sat in front of the 6 lights and these 2 cameras looking at me, I've lost all my sense of creation of ideas. So anyway, thank you. But as I said, show must go on. Thank you so much. Have a great day.